What in the world is app smashing? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out on the next episode of the Bedley Brothers.
We have with us today the chief instigator of Q Rockstar. He is certified in just about everything you can think of. He posts some awesome barbecue pictures on Instagram, so if you're not following his barbecue pictures on Instagram, we have John Corippo here. He is the man to talk about just about anything ed tech. John, thanks so much for. Oh, but and by the way, I think John, you helped coordinate Ed Camp Yosemite Valley.
Mm-hmm. Right there in Yosemite National Park. I'm really lucky to work in a county that we have a K-6 school in Yosemite National Park. It's about a 15-minute walk from Yosemite Falls, so we leverage that whenever we can for cool PD.
It was one of my most favorite mystery Skypes with the school down in there. It was just like, and they turned the camera, and you're like, yeah, you guys, that's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. Nobody ever guesses Yosemite, right? That would be like mystery Skype Disneyland. Who would ever guess?
Well,
that's probably my favorite part. Is it's like cheating, right? Because every time they do the reveal, they go, and that is the 7th largest waterfall in the world. It's always like.
Near El Capitan. John, give us some app smashes really fast since we teased that. Get us into it.
Well,
maybe explain it first.
All right. First of all, I want to put you back in 1972.
I'm there.
Okay. How do you do a report? Typewriter, right? You don't even have a choice of fonts at this point.
Is the word font invented?
It is, but it's just not an option. So, fast forward to 1986. Let's say you're me and you have a Mac Plus, right? So, the only thing I'm doing with that Mac Plus is using it like a typewriter, and I have 6 fonts now, and no correction fluid. Well, fast forward to 1998 or 2005, and it occurred to me while I was really getting into this app smashing concept is that it's kind of nuts that we ask people to use the same font and the same size. Like, where is the real creativity in that? That we want our essay to be in this box, single space, Times New Roman, 18 point, right? So I'm just gonna let you chew on that for a second, because in the world that we're launching kids into, that starts to look really weird. In fact, I can't quote it line and verse, but I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in Common Core that says students will choose the correct app for the job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you kind of put yourself in that mindset first, that Times New Roman 18 space and a half, right? We really did that so it was easier for us to grade it.
I'm with you.
Right?
Not
So
because it's the best thing for kids. It's because it's the best for the teacher.
Right. That's what I'm saying. For us to grade it, it made it more absorbable, right? So, so now zoom forward a little bit. I'm teaching video on around 2.
It would make it easier for us to judge how long they wrote.
Right, because rigor is how long it is. It's not how good it is.
Of course. No, doesn't matter.
We judge all Einstein's theories by length, and that EMC squared one is a D.
No, it's too short.
There's, it's got to be like 50 variables in that. No, it's no good. So now I'm teaching video in around 2003, and I realize I can't get iMovie to do what I want. And of all people, a kid says, well, what if we did this? And this became exporting it once as a 3-second clip, and then exporting that clip back into iMovie, and then combining those. And then that led to 2008 when we started playing with doing green screen video animations in Keynote and exporting that as a QuickTime into iMovie, and all of a sudden, oh my God, I have totally custom. I could do iMovie type, Keynote animations as movies and put that into iMovie, because frankly I got tired of looking at the iMovie templates. They're nice the first 2 tries, but after that it gets pretty unattractive. So if you follow my wavelength there, Common Core is really pushing this creativity and using the right app thing, but that's also the economy, right? Prezi would be a good example. Everybody loves Prezi, the first 2 projects, and then it's like, oh, you did a Prezi. So nothing against Prezi, but I think as a teacher, if you have kids doing Prezi all year, there's a time where that time's out. And that would apply to anything. I'm not picking on Prezi. That's Edu-Creations. We love it. But to do 50 in a row, not that exciting. All of a sudden, those have become a kind of form of 18 point times New Roman space and a half. So app smashing, I did not invent it all, but as soon as I saw it, I went, boom, I've been doing that in media. We call it round tripping, which if you're a deadhead, no, it's a totally different setup. But round tripping is the idea of using 2 or 3 apps to get the job done that one won't, right? So like the example with iMovie and Keynote. So app smashing basically comes down to this. You guys have seen action movie effects, right? Everybody loves to draw boulders on their friends.
Of course.
Right, but then what do you do with that? It's funny as hell. And then, well, if you made an iMovie trailer and the last shot in the iMovie trailer was a car rolling past your friends, that's some crazy creativity, right? So now I'm going to make the jump from, okay, you got action movie effects. Anything that saves a video to the camera roll is now game on. Okay, so you take action movie effects, you take your favorite effect, the Enterprise flying over the school. By itself, it's fun, but it's really just kind of the same thing as I was saying about Prezi or the first time you type an essay on your Mac Plus. The first time you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but it doesn't give you a lot of reps. So basically, the way that I break people in on the concept of app smashing is I'm going to throw out a couple of my favorite apps. So iMotion HD does stop motion, really nice stop motion stuff, and it's free, right?
Right.
Okay. Doceri is nice because you can draw and do things and then save a video to the camera roll. What's another one? Action movie effects is another one. Well, here's the advanced version for kids. You tell a kid to do an iMovie trailer, and they're like, I cannot believe I'm doing this at school. On the 4th one, they're like, why are we doing this?
That's where I am.
I've already done 3. Now you bring in with the app smashing concepts, you can say, okay, so here's what I'd like to see. In your movie trailer, I want you to create a 1.5 second clip using stop motion that would be impossible to create in iMovie. I want you to use 3D effects that would be impossible in iMovie. That would be the Enterprise flying over your school and the principal looking over his shoulder and going, that's amazing, right? You can't do that in iMovie, and the app smashing mindset is that you can then you can put all these different camera roll items that are saved as videos into one thing. So that's my oversimplification of it. Carla Guglielmino, I'm saying that totally wrong, I'm shredding it, but I'll send you guys a link to her website. She has made these really elegant workflows, and basically it goes like this. Kids can use things like Poplet to collect data off the internet, and then they can summarize that in Evernote, and then that can then turn into an iBook using Book Creator. But what she's done is made this really neat, simple workflow. And what I also like about that is that kids can now choose 2 or 3 different tools to get the job done. And what we're focusing on, instead of Times New Roman 18, 1.5 point, is I'm yelling at kids, Times New Roman, why are you on that font? Don't use Comic Sans, it's evil, which it is, but that's a whole other show. But now kids are going, hey, Corippo, I could do this as a Prezi and screen record just these 3 seconds and explain everything, and then I could do this part as a stop motion video, and I could pull all that into iMovie. Then we're just talking about the whole thing going from 1 app to 6 apps. So that's totally Common Core, but it's also what kids need to do. Is that making sense?
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. Music to my ears.
Now, my current twist is, how do you app smash on a Chromebook?
Okay, tell us. How do you app smash on a Chromebook?
I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I have 1 minute. So I would tell you to look up Lisa Hype. Yeah. Well, the problem is, on a Chromebook, you don't really have an analogous thing to save to camera roll with video, right? But if you check out a super hot rod teacher by the name of Lisa Highfill, and you Google her name, Lisa Highfill plus HyperDocs, she's picked up this HyperDoc idea. Remember HyperCard? Remember? Right?
Yeah.
Multimedia. Well, if you use Google Docs that way, you can have kids taking a single Google Doc and they can link out to surveys. They can link out to maps. They can have a table where it's a scavenger hunt now, and they can look at a picture and answer a question and then go to a link and read about it and then post their answer up. So hyperdocs are what I'm starting to look at as the way of app smashing on a Chromebook or in a Chrome environment. It's still the main idea of we're not just using a Google Doc to type 18 points, Ubuntu, space and a half, instead of Times New Roman. So I think that we can use some of those same exact concepts on the Google side, right? What if a kid's doing a project that involves Google Maps, Google Forms, hyperlinks? That's a really rich environment. So I think that's what is the hyperdocs are what are the app smashing of Chromebooks, and that's something I've really been playing with in my head a lot lately.
John, it is so great to have you on. Our time goes this fast, believe it or not. And I'm really happy you gave a shout out to Lisa Highfield because she's amazing. She's helped me on a ton of things as well, and she's a brilliant lady. So
you know the Russian thing in Tunguska where all the trees got knocked flat. When I watch her present, that's what the room is doing. Everybody's like. It's awesome. So I want to give one quick plug to Q Rockstar.
Please.
We have 15 camps lined up this summer. We're 6 or 7 in California. We're all the way to Florida. We're going to be all over the place, and we're looking for a lot of hot rod teachers who'd like to be faculty. We need about 150 faculty members, and people that are faculty, we do cover their registration and their lodging and their food. So hit me up on the Twitter and be watching Q Rockstar hashtag.
John, besides Twitter,
what's your handle?
My Twitter handle is just @jcorippo, just right here. It's kind of boring. I don't have a metaphor or a little animal. It's just @jcorippo. And if you tweet me, I will tweet you back. That's one of my personal rules.
All right, sounds good. Well, we're out of time.
All right,
Thanks for
that was
joining
fast.
us, and thanks for watching, Mom and Dad.
thanks for watching, Mom and Dad.
My mom and dad are not watching.